and welcome to a talkie video. I haven't done one of these for quite a while, but I thought it was time to update you about my Etsy shop. Back in 2024, in January, I think it was January, I did an update about how my Etsy store was dying. 2023 was a terrible year for my Etsy store. Sales were flatlining, traffic was down, and then to top it all off, I got sued. I got sued for having a copyright tag in one of my product descriptions, and it was part of this massive lawsuit with like 700 Etsy sellers, and we all had our stores closed down for a good few weeks. And that was the 2023 nail in the coffin for my Etsy store. When my store eventually did reopen, sales just flatlined. Q3 should have been the busiest time of year for my shop, but it was still recovering from being closed for a good few weeks. My SEO needed time to recover. My customers needed to know that my store was back open, and yeah, it was not a good time. So in 2024, I did a comparison video where I talked about how my store had done in 2023 compared to previous years. I talked about my boom year in 2020 where I had a viral product. The heady heights of the money that I made that year are still not where I am with my store by any means. However, I wanted to update you on how my Etsy store is doing now and everything that I did to kind of bring it back to life. So let's get into it. In my video last year, I kind of had some ideas of what I wanted to do to revive my Etsy store. This included things like going through all my listings, checking the tags, creating products just for Etsy, spending a bit more time on my listings on there, and kind of going through everything with a fine-tooth comb. So let's see what I actually did and if it had any impact on my Etsy store. So the first thing I did was clean up my listings. This included reviewing all the titles of my products on Etsy, making sure that they were readable, nice, included some keywords, and just giving them a once over. I did this for every single listing on there. The next thing I did was the exact same thing with the tags. Now I used a tool called Erank to kind of check everything. This is an online tool, it's got a monthly subscription, but you can kind of see what's performing well, see what other tags people are using for similar products. It's quite useful to get some more SEO based insight to the products that you have on Etsy and the products that other people have on Etsy, and you can actually see what's selling well on Etsy as well. Alongside that, I also went through all my listings and looked at the stats and looked at listings that weren't performing on Etsy at all. There were products I had on there that weren't selling. They hadn't sold anything in the last 2 or 3 years, and I could no longer be precious about them. Not everything is going to do well on Etsy, so I just got rid. It was a clean sweep. I think I culled about between 30 and 50 products from my Etsy store. The aim of that was to make sure that I had a higher converting store. So these products weren't selling, but they were having people click on them, which meant that my conversion rate for the whole store was going down. Now Etsy does prioritize stores with a higher conversion rate because it wants to sell products. It doesn't want customers going on there and not buying. It wants customers to go on there and buy. So it makes sense that if you have products on there that aren't selling and they're being clicked on and your conversion rate is lower, Etsy aren't going to prioritize showing you. So it was very much a kill my darlings situation. I just had to be ruthless. I just went in and got rid. We'll come back around to conversion rate later because the impact that this has had on my conversion rate is pretty astounding. Using Erank meant that I could have more of an SEO base for product descriptions and product titles. And whilst I could spend forever optimizing these, it's a massive job. Like, it's a job in and of itself. I don't have the time to do that all the time. Whenever I add a new product now, I do spend a bit of time on Erank, kind of seeing what else in that field is selling well, seeing what tags they're using, and kind of optimizing my listings in a way that will make them get shown to the right customers. So that's what I did with the current listings. I didn't do anything with product images. I didn't add any product videos. Those are still on my list, but as every small business owner knows, your list of things to do in your business is never ending and ever growing. I picked the low-hanging fruit by doing the things that meant I didn't have to take new pictures or film video, but that is still on the list for me to do it at some point. So in my 2024 January video, I did say that I wanted to make a lot more new products, and I was going to look at making some specific products just for Etsy based on trends. So while I haven't made any products just for Etsy, I have definitely been more consistent with making new products. Even if it's just a sticker or a patch, I have released more new products on to both Etsy and my own website in 2024 than I had for the previous 2 years. Now, a lot of this is to do with time. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and for the past 3 years, it's been a difficult time juggling parenthood and running a business. So new products have not been like my priority in business. It's just been a case of survival. However, last year I did have some more time to develop products, and that is something I did concentrate on. So I had a lot of new stickers, a lot of new patches, some hats, and some other products that I just could keep adding to Etsy and keep the store a bit more fresh than I had in the previous couple of years. And with this, with the new products, I made sure to look at trends, and trends that would still fit with my business and what I enjoyed making. So one of the bigger trends that I have focused on in the past year has been bookish gifts, book-related things, gifts for book lovers. There's some product tags going on right now. I made a range of book trope stickers, we have bookmarks, we have book patches, and as an avid reader myself, it just fit really well with my business, and it was nice to make kind of a little range that would sit so nicely on Etsy because they're pushing a lot of book stuff at the moment. So I think that was a big win for my product ranges last year. One thing I did do was to increase my ad spend. Now, I didn't do this all in one go. I have incrementally increased from like $2 a day all the way up to I'm doing $10 a day now. Just recently I would add like $1 on every now and again and see how it did, and if I was still making the money back from the investment in ads. So in 2023 I think I spent around $600 in ads. I could have probably spent more and made more revenue that way, but like I say, with the juggle of parenthood and running a business and everything else that had happened on Etsy, I didn't feel like chucking much money at it in case something went wrong. Now in 2024, I spent $1,823 on ad spend, and I can definitely see the benefit of that. It paid for itself with some extra, but I think I also gained a lot more customers that have been repeat buyers. Even if you appear on the ad thing, if they see you further down the page or see your products elsewhere whilst they're searching on Etsy, they're more likely to click on you. So it's not just the revenue that you're getting from the ad. So, you know, like when you're in the little ads area in your Etsy, and you will see how much you spent and how much the ads brought you in revenue. I wouldn't just rely on that as the impact of your ads, because obviously people are going to get a bit more brand recognition. They might follow your store from the ad and come back at a later date and purchase and make repeat purchases. So don't take those two figures as like the be all and end all. This year I've currently spent $420 on ads. We are just towards the end of May, so I will probably increase that as we go through summer and into Q3, try and get some new customers in, brand recognition ready for the busiest time of year. I'll probably look to spend around $2,000 this year on ads. Last year I also took part in the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale on Etsy. It's not something I usually do. However, after the incidents of the previous year, I decided that this year we needed to go all in, offer a nice bonus to my customers, and see what the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale could do for me. I did so well on that weekend that Etsy ended up putting a payment reserve on my account because they didn't know what was going on with the number of sales that were coming in. And yeah, it was a big boom for my small business on Etsy. I will definitely be doing it again this year. If you are going to take part in the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale, just make sure that you are actually still making money on your products. You're not going to make a loss on anything. I don't think you have to include every single product in there. So like for low cost items like stickers, I probably won't put them in, but for other items like my patches and my hats and stuff like that, I will put them in the sale, and maybe people add a sticker on for their purchase as well. But it also just gets you in the mind of people when they're shopping for gifts throughout the rest of November and December. So let's look at the actual figures and see where I am at. So in 2023, I made a total of £5,654 on Etsy. In 2024, I'm just going to read off the screen. I made a total of £8,254.76. That is a massive 46% increase based on 2023. So even with the increase in ad spend, you can see that it's not just to do with that. A lot of it is to do with everything that I put in place in terms of the listings and the work that I put in there. And for 2025, we're just at the end of May. It's May 29th when I'm filming this. I am currently at £3,333.22. That's a very round figure, isn't it? So with my projections, I'm looking at another 8,000 to 9,000 a year. If I increase my ad spend further, spend a bit more time tweaking some of them listings, maybe I'll get those videos added. We could be looking at a 10,000 year, which, yes, it's not my biggest year ever. Back in 2020, I took 19,000 because of that viral product. However, it's going up, and that is all I can hope for at the moment in this economy. One of the most surprising things, and the thing that makes me think this is more to do with me tweaking those listings and getting rid of those dying listings, those dead listings that were just doing nothing for my store, is that in 2024, my traffic to my Etsy store went down by 33%. 33% less views of my products and my store as a whole. However, my conversion rate went up by 124.7% and my orders went up by 50%, which means that the people that were coming to my store were the right kind of people. They were the people that were there to shop for those specific products, and they weren't just there to browse and click away. And it's still working. In 2025, my traffic has actually increased by 13%. My orders are up already by 55%. This is on last year, not on 2023. This is on last year, so that's almost 100%. So that is a massive increase on 2023. And my conversion rate is up by another 37.6%. So the massive takeaway from that is that it's not the traffic, it's not the amount of people coming to your store that's the important thing, it's the right traffic, the targeted traffic, and getting them to the listings that they want to buy. So let me run down what you should do to revive your Etsy store from the dead. Number 1, clean up your titles, tags, and descriptions. Number 2, use Erank or a similar tool to figure out what people are searching for and what products and tags are not completely overtaking the marketplace. Use those two things in combination and make products that are going to appeal to your target customers. Number 3, consistently add new products. It doesn't have to be consistent in terms of one new product a week every single week. I just mean every month, make sure you're adding 1 or 2 things. Just keep things fresh on your Etsy store. Number 4, drop your underperforming products. Kill them, kill your darlings, get rid, don't be precious. Bye. Number 5, pay attention to trends, but only if they work for your business and it's going to be something that you enjoy making. Number 6, increase your ad spend, but do it gradually. If it's not working, find out why. Turn on and off products that haven't got a high ROAS. That is your return on ad spend. You can be selective about which products you want to advertise. Make sure that your seasonal products are not being advertised at the wrong time of year. Turn off your Christmas ads. Number 7? We're number 7? Join in with the sales events such as Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I really had a good boost of sales during this time, but you just have to be very careful with your margins and make sure that you are still making money. And finally, is this number 8? Prioritize conversions over traffic. Make sure that you're getting the right customers to your Etsy store by using all of the above. Make sure that you're targeting what they're searching for. Make sure that your products are customized and optimized for your customers. The biggest thing, just keep working at it. Keep showing up on Etsy. Keep tweaking those products. Keep looking at your stats and just stay in the moment, stay in there, know what's going on to the nitty-gritty in your Etsy store. So if 2024 wasn't your best year on Etsy, if things started to take a bit of a downturn, just go through your store, use those tips that I've given you and see if that makes a difference. Don't be precious, get rid of the dead wood, and you can do it. You just need to knuckle down, do it. Drop a comment if you have had a rubbish time on Etsy, and let's work together and see if there's anything else we can figure out that might help your store a bit better. Drop a link to your Etsy store in the comments as well. I'd love to have a look. And if this gave you any good ideas, then please hit the subscribe button. I do talk about small business and family life and travel because I am a whole human and that's what I like to make videos about. Drop a like, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!